all the blood in my body has gotten to my belly. I could fall asleep right now.
No, because it's the big bombastic 184th episode of SETI BIMCO Part 2, The Revenge. This title is too long. And this week, I picked a movie. Went back to our roots. Old, crappy movies from the 80s. 1983's Sleepaway Camp. Oh, it was wonderfully crappy. I mean, I love it. 5 years after Star Wars. And we'll get to it. We're going to talk about that movie. Create revenge sequels. But first, George, I have a age-old question.
Let's hear it.
Like I have every week, about revenge.
Yep.
Did the Wicked Witch of the West, did she ever get revenge on Dorothy for showing her those those spicy erotic adult films? Because guess what happened to the Wicked Witch? She got all wet. That wasn't good.
Disgusting.
That wasn't good.
Tim, it's so upsetting when you go blue or green in this case.
It's SETI BIMCO Part 2, The Revenge. The show where we create revenge sequels that nobody wanted.
SETI BIMCO Part 2, The Revenge.
Tim, I'm going to put you on the spot. For a couple weeks there, you were doing the ongoing historical adventures of, what was his name, SETI Edward Bimco?
SETI Edward Bimco. 1 week.
No, you did a couple, and it was really funny. I liked it. You got one for this week?
No. I'm sorry.
I have one.
Yeah, okay, tell me. What did you look him up?
On this day in 1864, SETI Edward Bimco ate the last survivor of the Shackleton expedition.
Nice, the last.
Yeah, the last survivor, yeah.
The last survivor. Was it like after they had gotten out of the woods and everything? Just ran into him in town?
Yeah, he hunted them down and ate them. Look, Tim, I made this up on the spot.
Well, right? I'm making this up on the spot.
I was saying this to you off air. I'm like, I really like that. I felt that gag had legs. And you're like, I don't know about that. I think it's more funny I tell poo-poo jokes about old stuff.
It had legs, but SETI Edward Bimco ate the legs off of the last survivor.
He said, tastes like chicken. Da-da-da. Man, we're a good podcast.
That was good.
Yep.
You know, I know you had a big adventure. I don't know if you want to talk about it.
I've had a few big adventures recently, but yeah,
Florida.
I just got back from Denver. Well, actually, not just Denver, from Colorado. I was spent about a week in Colorado. It was really nice.
And boy, were you high.
Tim, have you ever been?
Yeah.
You've been to Colorado?
I was, honest. I went with Adam, who's on the show, and I'm sorry, Adam, if you're listening. I'm just blanking out on your last name because they're talking. He made
Adam's Family?
He made a Bigfoot
Gomez
movie. And
oh, yeah. I remember it, yeah.
He showed me around town. His family did.
Put it in through editing.
Okay. His father went to college with Walt Simonson.
Ooh.
So he knew all sorts of stuff.
What town was this in Denver? I'm in Colorado. I keep saying
I'm forgetting. It's the one where he's like, yeah, we got that guy who's a big white supremacist. He came from here. I forget his name. Don't need to say it. There's too many now. Yeah, that's sad. There's just too many.
Yeah. Well,
I'll edit this all in and make it sound like I remembered everything. It was a big tour, Fahrenheit. I went everywhere.
You got a text from a white supremacist who said you were a clue in Jeopardy.
Yes. But this is about your adventure.
I was out there doing a school visit, a really awesome high school called Centauros.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, no wonder they brought me in.
Yeah.
And that was in Boulder. Had a great visit there. My wife and I spent a couple days exploring Boulder. We had some pretty cool adventures, Tim. We drove to the nearby Stanley Hotel, which is it's where Stephen King stayed when he wrote The Shining.
Oh, not the where they filmed it.
They filmed the TV series there, but who cares about the miniseries? They did not. That's not where they filmed the Kubrick movie.
Okay.
So we had drinks at the bar, which is pretty exciting, and the bartender's like, "You've always been here."
Yes.
Then I killed my wife with an axe. It was really weird. Yeah.
And you wrote a book.
Then what else happened? Oh, Tim, this is right up your. I actually was meaning to go back and listen when we did our tour of the 50 Nifty United States. I wanted to see what the oldest elevator I reported in Colorado was, because Tim, at the hotel we were staying, the Boulderado, when we were in Boulder, they have an elevator from 1905.
Nice.
And I rode in it.
The kind you shut yourself and you can stick your fingers through probably.
You probably could. I mean, it's literally like a manually operated one. Like like they basically say, like, if you want to ride it, just ask. And my wife and I went to the person at the desk. We're like, can we ride? She's like, hell's yeah, we can. She was obviously excited to do it.
Oh, no.
She says about like 3 people ask a week. And so we rode up and down. She stopped it between floors. It was really cool. We opened it up in the lobby. All this blood came out. It was so weird. And then I saw a guy dressed as his dog giving another guy a blowy.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say she turned it up to 11 and you flew through the ceiling. No. And went flying.
I think you just combined Spinal Tap with the end of
Willy Wonka.
Willy Wonka, yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was really nice. I really like Denver and just Colorado in general. I don't know why I'm just saying that because we did stay in Denver too.
Because you were so high.
Cold, but like you're up so high. She wouldn't admit it at first, but my wife definitely had altitude sickness the first day. Yeah, she was all like going, oh, my cabeza, oh. Yeah, but she got better.
What was she blaming it on?
Me.
Okay.
She's like, I don't get weak like that. It's got to be my husband's fault. Great adventure.
This didn't involve Florida, though. Was that the...
Oh, and I also came back from Florida. You're right. I've just been, Tim.
Was that the Miami
I'm a world
Book Fair?
traveler. I just did the Miami Book Fair right before that. We were home for a couple of days. You can even see right now. One of my cats is like literally see her paw.
Oh, yes.
She's grabbing because my cats miss me so much. They just claw at me constantly.
It's trying to pull you to the floor.
Trying to pull me. She's like, hug me. I missed you. Yeah. Before that, I was in Florida for a week. We went to the Miami Book Fair. I've been a guest there many times at this point.
Was Stephen King there?
Stephen King was not there. He was there last year.
Oh, I wouldn't think he'd even go anymore, but
he went last year because the only reason he has interest in going is when the Rock Bottom Remainders play. Have you ever heard of this?
He's in a band. It's his band.
It's in a band of all famous authors. It's like him and Dave Barry and Matt Groening was a member for a while. Nice. Amy Tan, all these famous authors, and they just get there and they play old fart rock classics.
Mark Twain, was he part of the band?
Mark Twain.
He was the drummer that he died, right?
He was the drummer, but he died, and they replaced him with Pete Best.
Oh.
Then Pete Best got fired, and they brought in that Richard Starkey fellow, that young man.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun.
It was a lot. It's been a lot. I've barely been in New York.
You know what I did?
Did you stand at Midtown and watch people have conversations?
I usually don't eat meat, and I just 2 hours ago ate a sandwich full of meat, and I feel like, and I'm glad you're full of energy because usually you're saying you ate a heavy meal.
I don't feel like I am full of energy. I guess that's good. Wait, Tim, I hang with you all the time. I don't think I knew this. You're vegetarian?
I'm not, but I don't go out of my way to eat meat. But I needed some meat.
Why'd you need some? Was this meat? Did this meat used to be an enemy of yours?
Yes. His name was Mr. Cow.
You did. Tim did just like drop on our ongoing friend text thread. He was just, ow, fucking cat. He didn't say that. That's my cat. He was like, he just mentioned very casually that they found a skeleton at Coney Island, Brooklyn.
Yes.
None of us had heard about this. And in fact, what was weird, Tim, is I looked at the article published 2 minutes after you told us.
Right.
So I think here you got an inside scoop here somehow.
No, that's scary stuff. That's right near the boardwalk.
Yeah, I mean, it was right off the boardwalk, didn't they say? It was like in some scrub. It's down a bit. Many years ago, I walked the whole boardwalk, and like I found an abandoned dog that had been tied up, and that was the rest of my day, getting that guy out of there.
How long is that walk?
I mean, it goes like, I'd say it's a couple miles tops. It's not super long, but you definitely get into some areas that nobody who doesn't have a meth problem isn't hanging out at. Meth isn't a problem in New York, everybody. It's every other drug.
Yes, every other drug.
New York's not a meth town. You'll say that for it.
No, I don't know. Why do you say that?
Because you just don't see meth heads here.
No, I guess not.
They get those droopy drugs. You get at the bodega, like those fake weeds that make you bend over and just fall asleep at the waist.
Oof, yeah.
You ever see that? Like all those people just bent over and they're sleeping, standing up.
I thought that was heroin. I do see that once in a while.
I don't think anybody does heroin anymore. I think it's hard to get that. I think it's synthetic crap. If you know what sort of drugs are hot in the streets of New York City, write to us at SETIBIMCO with an E at the end at gmail.com and tell us about your drug experiences in New York.
The only place you do drugs
is in Colorado?
Is at summer camps.
Summer camp!
Speaking of summer camps.
Segway! Put me on a motor scooter that's activated by my body weight because Tim just made a Segway.
Wow.
All right. So what are we talking about today, Tim?
Sleepaway Camp, famous cult movie that probably most people have seen.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for this for a lot of reasons. Like, I've seen this movie before, although not for some time.
Yeah, it was a long time ago I saw this.
Yeah, I do like this movie quite a bit. I've heard this movie made fun of on other podcasts quite a bit, or at least discussed. Some people, I mean, the thing is, this movie's...
You think it's good?
I think it's pretty good, yeah.
I think it's
There's
good.
a lot going...
Funny good.
There's definitely parts that are funny good, but like, it's a unique film. There's a lot of merit to this. Like, you could really like sink your teeth into it.
Well, it falls apart at the beginning, but I'll talk about it when we get there.
Well, the beginning's pretty weird. But here's the other thing about this movie is like, all right, so did you get any of the making of this movie stuff?
A little bit. I didn't read too much about that. I read about who's in it.
All right, let me kind of say so. It was 1983's Sleepaway Camp, written and directed by a guy named Robert Hitzik. This is really and a few like this and the sequels. Really, the only thing he's associated with because there are official sequels to this. You'll notice in the beginning the movie was dedicated to his mom, a doer.
That's what I want to talk about.
Yeah, he made this movie. She'd passed away, and she left him a sizable inheritance, and he used that money to make this movie.
That explains it. Because I was going to say, who would dedicate this movie to their mother?
Yep. Not this. So, and like, I think there's so much interesting stuff going on in the subtext of this film.
Yeah.
And
if
like
she
one thing, like
if she left him the money, George, she's not a doer, she's a doer. Come on, right?
or a donor, but a doer, yeah. You know, Tim, you make a joke. I literally read that because I've never seen I've seen the word doer, I guess, but not often. I'm like, what is that? Is like a door? Is that like a bower? Like, what is that? A weird.
Never heard of it before.
Yeah. So he made this with an inheritance, and like, I'm gonna say, all right, there's certainly things that you could say that this movie is conflicted about, but this is I think this is a very queer movie. Queer in like the gay sense. Yeah. Like I don't know anything about Robert Hitzik. I didn't look it up. I would bet he at the very least was a man who he might be totally gay. He maybe was closeted. But this movie like struck me as there's a very strong queer, I wouldn't even say subtext. It's like, which is unusual for that time period.
Yeah.
And unlike a lot of other movies we've seen where it shows homosexual couples, like there is a couple in here that just seems like kind of okay. They're not both murderers, or one's not a murderer making another one against his will. Like half the films we've seen in Steady Bimco.
You mean there's a gay couple in here? I totally missed it. If there is, I'm just forgetting.
Are you serious?
Let's get to it. Let's see if I just didn't
Let's start talking about it. And I'll okay.
Did you? Before we start,
I didn't write a synopsis. I just realized. Did you?
No, but it's a kid and his cousin go to a summer camp where a series of murders take place. I think most people know the ending, but I won't say it yet. It turns out,
it's got a very famous twist ending.
And did you notice the one cook who's a black man? Did you notice who he is?
Yeah, motherfucker! I was hoping to surprise you with that.
Oh no, you were going to surprise me.
Oh man, yeah. Well, let me get his name.
His name is Robert Earl Jones.
Yeah, I'm like, that can't be a coincidence. And I looked at him, he even looks like James Earl Jones. You know what his relationship to him is?
Yep, his father.
Yeah, which I thought Darth Vader's father was a Force ghost.
Me too.
Oh. Wasn't he supposed to be an immaculate conception from the Force to balance it or some shit?
Already Star Wars. No, everybody else in here is kind of like nobody big.
There's a couple name. There's a few people we could discuss
because the sequel I read, she doesn't. The main young girl doesn't come back. It's Bruce Springsteen's sister who plays her in the sequel.
Pamela Springsteen plays her in the two sequels.
Oh, okay.
They were filmed back to back.
Wow. Yeah. So this must have made money. I didn't look that up. Oh, I did read it did well at the box office when it came out.
So this one did pretty well. Number 2 did pretty well. Number 3 apparently dropped off a cliff. And there was a fourth film that they started filming and got about a half hour's worth of footage, and they lost all their funding, just like Grizzly 2.
And many more.
And so they eventually, relatively modern times kind of were able to take that half-hour film and scrape it together with flashbacks from these ones and make a fourth film. And then Hitzik himself, who was only a producer in all the films outside of, or like he got some sort of credit for inventing this. He didn't really work in those other films except for the first one. Hitzik comes back and does a fifth film.
I read that.
Yeah, which I've only read descriptions of. I didn't really see. I went down a bit of a little bit of a hole on this one. Like I was pretty into the stories behind this, and
poor Mel, the man who plays the camp owner. He died in real life right after the filming.
Yeah, didn't even get to see this movie released. It's his last film, and he actually had a few. He's got some career stuff going. Did he have
lung cancer? Because this movie, he's just like smoking a cigar the whole time. I'm like,
yeah, I guess he had lung cancer and hid it from his.
He hid it. Oh, okay.
From them, at least the people working. So like they were apparently quite surprised when he died.
Could have been a fake cigar.
Yeah, I didn't catch he was smoking a cigar.
Yeah, it was in his mouth all the time.
Was it lit?
Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I just missed it.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. You always see like, seems to be a thing in those old movies. There's always like some guy that looks kind of like Mel, always like chewing on a sake stogie.
This movie has a cigar and a grease mustache, not in the same person.
Oh my God, the grease mustache. But so Tim, this is a slasher film. That's all you need to know about that. But it opens, so it's set in 1983, but it opens up in 1975. And there's a guy.
Just saying 1 year before.
You're right, Tim. And if it was 1989, you'd say Batman.
Yes.
If it was 1977, you go Star Wars, because you have Pavlovian responses to certain dates.
Pet Rock, the year of Pet Rock. Come on, 75.
Pet Rock. All right. So this is the couple.
What, in the boat we're talking about?
There's a guy in a boat who has like a youngish dad, pretty built, by 70s standards at least, shockingly thick fur in his chest.
Mm-hmm.
And he's there with his two kids, Angela and Peter, and they're like on a boat. And Angela
it's
and
like
Peter
a sailboard, by the way. I think.
Like a sailboat on like a lake. Yeah, sailboard's a better way.
Yeah.
And like I guess one of the kids like accidentally they purposely spill the boat and they're all giggling and stuff. Yep. And meanwhile, like there's just some fucking kids on a motorboat. They're ski boating.
Water skiing.
Water skiing, that's the word, ski boating.
What did this food do to you tonight? Ski boating.
Made me very sleepy, Tim. Made me very sleepy. So they're water skiing, and like there's the one boy who seems a little bit older who's driving it, and he's letting this girl like take over. And so basically, while John, who is the father, and his two kids are in the water, and this is the bit you missed, him, his boyfriend is watching from the shore.
Oh, I caught that later. Yeah, I thought I thought you meant someone at the camp.
No, you could kind of tell right off the bat, though, like the way he's like,
come on, Dr. So-and-so's coming. And I'm like, it's not very clear.
He says, Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman's on.
Yeah.
See, Tim,
I think it was another guy.
It was it? Ooh.
Because the kids are like, is mommy coming?
Because he's going to make you feel all right. Like, no, your mom's crazy. So basically, the motorboat, they're clinging to the capsized like sailboard thing, and the motorboat just like goes right over them and like.
Yep. Because the boy let the girl drive, by the way. Sexist.
Yeah, because it was the girl's fault, yeah. Kills the dad. We see him floating face down, and kills the boy.
We guess. One of the kids. It's not clear.
One of the kids. Well, it's not clear to the next scene.
The water skiing girl is like, older. Somebody help them in the water.
Somebody help them. It killed two of them. Yeah, we got a lot of footage of her yelling. Apparently, there's a continuity error where in some scenes she has a helmet and some she does not.
Oh. Did not notice that.
I did not notice that. IMDb, look, guy or gal, but we know it's a guy. Guy who wrote that IMDb, I just repeated your fact. I'm probably the first person ever to repeat your fact. How does it feel? Does that feel like you did something? Was that a good use of your time? Was that a good use? Okay.
The creepy guy's not in this because surprisingly, there are like no boobs in this movie. And I thought, I haven't seen this in so long. And I was like, I'm sure there's going to be boobs, right? It's a slasher film.
There's a couple reasons for that. One, like I said, this is a very queer movie.
Okay.
There's a lot of boy butts.
Oh yeah, and
there's also there's a very famous penis. There's a lot of midriffs, a lot of super short shorts on guys. The women are never sexualized. But another part of the reason is this movie, unlike the vast majority of slasher films, it's real kids playing these parts.
Except for some, I guess the camp counselors are
the
ones
camp
that are
counselors
adults.
are a bit older, but like Angela, the surviving child, we meet
kids.
her. It's 8 years later. She's 13, and the actor playing her is 13.
Gotcha.
And the actor playing her cousin, who's named Ricky. Which is very confusing because at first you're like, wait, so none of the kids died? Because Ricky looks like he could be the brother grown up. Ricky was like a 15-year-old kid. They're all like kids, which makes the fact that they showed their butts of all those boys a little bit like, I sure hope those boys were 18 or older.
Yeah.
Because we see like 10 butts at once.
They're just jumping in the water. Come on.
We see butts, Tim. Butts.
But we meet the mom, who I love. I don't know. I wish she got more acting jobs.
Now, it's interesting you say the mom because she is identified as Angela's aunt. So I guess she is Ricky's mom. But I know on the very famous episode of How Did This Get Made, Jason Mantzoukas, who is one of the hosts on that great show, he has this whole theory that he spins that she is actually the mom of Angela.
Okay.
And it's been years since I've listened to it. I remember being convinced. Like this is like the mom, because obviously she wasn't necessarily in the picture anymore. Because like John, the dead dad, probably didn't bud these kids into existence. They probably have a biological mother somewhere.
But I just love her. She's dressed like a director from 1930s with a hat. And
and she talks like one too. It's jarring at first. Are you going to play any clips, or can you do? Tim, can you do a Aunt Martha accent?
I can't.
Wait,
I can't.
Was
Maybe
that movie?
I'll put it in here.
Richard, Angela. Oh, here you are. Look what I did. I packed you and your cousin some goodies for the ride up to camp. Wasn't that nice of me?
Yeah.
There you go. See, folks? Wasn't that movie we did? Sometimes Aunt Martha does dreadful things. Was it Martha or Mildred?
Aunt Martha. Wasn't Mildred?
I think it's the same Aunt Martha.
It could be.
Do you think, actually, all seriousness, do you think that Hitzik made this character Aunt Martha as a reference to that earlier film?
It could be.
Hitzik, who I would like, again, my theory, he has a strong interest in queer cinema because I think he's probably, he's probably gay. Yeah.
I watched this with my spouse, and she was freaked out by this character. She had to leave for a little while. The mom.
Wait, really?
Yes.
What?
You have to see. I played a clip. Don't forget your medical exam, and don't tell them who filled it out.
I have the actual bit of dialogue 100 here. Aunt Martha goes, "Here they are, all filled out and signed by yours truly, Ricky. What are they?" Because he had a thick New York accent. A lot of thick New York accents in this movie. He's filmed in New York. "Why, they're your physicals, of course. We can't go to camp without our physicals now, can we? Just be careful not to tell anyone how you got them. Oh, no, I'm afraid they wouldn't approve of that at all, even though they know that I am a doctor. No matter what they do, I'll never tell," says Ricky.
I thought these accents were Long Island, where you grew up. I thought these actors might have been from there, weren't they?
They might be, yeah. I mean, it sounded like...
I was guessing.
I'll just say, there's not much of a difference between a Long Island accent and a New York accent.
Yep. They were New York.
It's the same. A lot of W's.
A lot of little kid New York actor wannabes.
Yeah, they all look. They looked a lot like the kids you'd see in Long Island too, like a vague, just kind of Long Island look. It's hard to explain. If you've been to Long Island, you know what I'm talking about.
Well, they get to camp.
Yep.
They'll run. Did you ever go to summer camp?
No. Did you?
Ooh, yeah. I've talked about it here. And
we have. Yeah, my family. We had. That was outside of our price range. My summer camp was my dad would lock me in the backyard with a pocket knife and goes, "Eat your own food."
You had a pool though.
We did have a pool.
That's fine. That's why I had no pool.
Fish in the pool.
I just went to scout camp. It wasn't like a fancy camp.
Was it scout camp?
Yeah, Boy Scouts.
Mm-hmm. Boy Scouts.
We'll talk about it because.
Were you a Cub Scout?
Boy Scout.
Were you a Weeblo?
No, Boy Scout. 6th, 7th grade. This was my summer at Boy Scout camp. Because the first person we meet when all the kids run off the bus is the most horrendous character in the movie, who's not around long. The one who's like, "Here come all the young chickens. I call them baldies." He's just bragging about how he likes little kids.
I also wrote down the entire dialogue for this, if you're ready.
Oh, no. It's terrible.
This is Artie. He is the camp
cook.
chef. Artie is talking to James Earl Jones' dad as he says this. "Artie, Look at all that young, fresh chicken. Where I come from, we call them baldies. Makes your mouth water, don't it? James Earl Jones' dad says, Artie, they're too young to even understand what's on your mind.
Right.
And then Artie goes, Ben, good buddy. There ain't any such thing as being too young. You're just too old.
And then he laughs.
Ugh!
Both of them laugh.
And yeah, I'm like, come on. I get that your son is Darth Vader, but like, you shouldn't be laughing at that. Like, you should immediately take this man and drown him somewhere.
Yeah. Everybody around him,
dude.
I was going to say, everybody around him obviously knows he's a pedophile, and they're just laughing. Which now, back then, that's what I'm saying.
I was about to say, I kind of feel like that was just a thing people were cool with back then.
I talked about this before on the podcast at our camp when we went to the tent down that was by itself that was a camp counselor, and the kids were just like, yeah, don't sit too close to him. He might try to stick his hands down your pants. That's all there was, just the warning.
Oh, I do remember you talking about
We didn't tell on him. Yeah, it's just back then.
Yeah, it was just unfortunately a way of...
Unfortunate.
There was just like people you were like, well, yeah, just don't go into Rupert's house.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can choose Rupert as a name. I'm trying to think of, I don't remember anyone specifically in my life that I was ever in stranger danger from.
Well,
that's probably just due to me being an obtuse kid. It was all around you back then.
Might have been.
Yep.
So Ricky meets a friend, and that friend says that, wait till you see Judy. She's got some big boobs now. Does the whole hand sign. Isn't Judy her name?
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Yeah,
Judy.
I
have a whole
Judy.
thing about Judy. Yeah, I have a thing about Judy.
Because Ricky used to date Judy last year. He's like, can't wait to see her.
Yeah, and she has blossomed in the years since.
Yep. And too good for him anymore.
Yep. Now she's talking to older boys. Ricky's all like, bleh. Ricky's got a mouth on him too. Ricky curses a lot.
Ricky's with his cousin.
Ricky is the cousin of Angela.
And Angela does not talk, which makes her good for the movie, because he's like, me and Judy, we used to date last summer. That's what's going on. And and that's Artie the cook.
Oh, it's true. Yeah, he gets to do a lot of exposition because
she doesn't talk.
I read on IMDb trivia that it is 31 minutes until Angela has a speaking line.
Yep, it was a while.
Yep.
She would annoy me too. I can't say that she was. Come on, you talk to someone, they just stare at you.
Well, of course. I mean, here's the thing, which it's just sick and twisted.
It is.
This is the same camp that her family was killed at.
I didn't even think of that.
It is. Yeah, it says in the beginning it's Camp Arawak.
Ah.
So she's returning to the same place where this boat accident wiped out her family, leaving her the only survivor, presumably, unless that is in fact her mother.
Yeah, this is a mystery.
Yeah.
Who her mother is. And we meet Ronnie right away, which I want to talk about, because Ronnie, you know who Ronnie is.
No, remember which one's Ronnie?
He's the camp counselor who wears the tight pants the whole time, like tiny, tiny tight pants. He looks like a Chippendale dancer. He's all muscular. And he's the nicest guy in the movie, though. He never does anything bad.
He's the one with the midriff.
Sometimes, yes.
Yeah, with a hairy belly, but amazing abs.
But he's the nicest person in the movie. All through the movie, he's just trying to do good things, like opposed to most anybody else.
What's his name?
Ronnie.
Okay.
He just shows up, and he's got these tight little pants. And
There's another guy who... List!
George, why are Ronnie's pants so tight anyway?
What?
Why?
Why are they so tight? Let's hear it. Well, everybody, this is called cancel territory. Why, Tim?
If his pants were loose, his pocket snake would escape and attack nearby victims.
Yeah? Oh, no, his pocket snake sounds like that's a euphemism for something.
Unfortunately, Ronnie's dyslexic, and the next Barrett Madge he was going for was...
Barrett Madge.
Bugling, but he thought it said bulging.
Did you say Barrett Madge on purpose?
No, Merit.
That was pretty good if you
Merit
did.
Badge. Did I say
But you
Barrett?
could have been dyslexia. You said Barrett Madge.
I am probably dyslexic. And the last reason, he knew that the camp was going to put on a production of The Sound of Music this year, so he wanted to show off a few of his favorite things.
Nice, Tim. That's
Thank
a good
you.
one. It's funny you're kind of like, you didn't really learn much about him. So anyway, plot-wise, so we're introduced to all these characters. There's like, basically, which Tim was alluding to, that he would be annoyed too. Like, everyone is pretty annoyed with like the quiet weirdness of Angela, and Ricky's very protective of her and keeps like getting in fights and stuff.
This is supposed to be misleading a lot if you've never seen the movie. He's very violent and protective.
But don't say it yet, Tim.
Most people see it.
They do a good job with it, honestly, I think.
We meet Mel. Mel is the owner of the camp. He smokes a cigar.
Yeah, he's the one who died of lung cancer.
Mm-hmm. Judy. Those are the main characters, right? There's some other counselors.
Julie's the girl ends up being the bully to Angela, the main one. There's also the one counselor that joins in. What's her name?
Susan. I think Judy says, and this is Susan. She's my, right hand man, lady.
No, it was Meg. Meg is the counselor. Yeah, Meg. But let's go back to Artie, the creepy cook that we see, because a few days have passed, and we've learned that during this time, that Angela hasn't eaten anything this whole time. She's borderline, catatonic practically. And so I think it's your friend Ronnie is like, I'll take her in back, get some food. He takes her in to see. He's being nice. Introduces to Artie. He's like, hey, can you show her some food? Artie's like, yeah, I'll show her some food.
And again, everybody should know Artie is a pedophile. He brags about it loudly.
Yeah. It's not a big secret.
No.
So, of course, he immediately attempts to sexually assault Angela. Luckily, Ricky shows up and he's screaming shit at him, and it kind of...
The cook threatens him, like, don't you tell anybody. Yeah, he chases him away.
Cook grabs him and throws him against the wall real hard.
Yeah.
I learned in IMDb trivia that after filming that the child actor had lines across his back because the guy who kept throwing him against the real hard. That guy never acted in another movie. If you go to IMDb, his picture is
him being burned. I saw
a close up of his face and what happens next. It's pretty. I know he chose himself. I'm like, that's well done, guy. So
later he's cooking in a pot that can't be real. It's like 5 feet tall. It's like from the Three Stooges.
What is he cooking in there?
Soup, I guess.
A person? Kinda.
There's a pile of corn, and he's got that giant pot. It belongs, in the Three Stooges film.
Yeah, it's comically huge vat. And so whenever we see the kills in this movie's a little bit of a whodunit. We don't quite see who it is. They always turn around and go, oh, it's you. Like, what are you doing there? And this part, I have to admit, I was a little bit like somehow or another, he was already leaning up over the shelf above the pot for some reason. He got a chair
to put salt in.
Why? Because it was that tall?
That pot was that tall.
But he was holding on weirdly. Like he couldn't just jump down. I couldn't understand the framing of this.
You didn't make a list of why that pot was so tall? Because I didn't.
No, I didn't make any list this week. I'm sorry. So he's on top of this big... Did you make a list of why it's so tall?
Nope.
Oh. So he's on top of this chair, and this person comes in. We don't see who. He's like, you, what are you doing here? I told you to stay away or something. And we see the hands grab the chair, and they keep yanking it. And he's like, holding on to like a shelf above the pot. I don't know why he doesn't just step down.
Yeah.
But basically, the hands pull the chair out. This guy falls into the pot, like, I guess 300 gallons of boiling water pour all over him. And just close up of his face.
Screaming for
his
5
hands
minutes.
Are going, like just screaming. Like his eyes are all, like he's blinded. It's pretty gruesome, honestly.
But my wife had come back and we did start laughing because he screams for like, I don't know, 3 minutes. He's just screaming on the floor.
It's so long.
And then it just cuts to paramedics bandaging him up, and he's still screaming.
He's still screaming. They're like, and they say there's something about the way it happened that they can't give him any anesthetic. Like he's in the worst agony any man has ever had.
And Ronnie,
and like, meanwhile, and then as he's just sitting there screaming, his hands up in the air, bandaged like a mummy. They cut to Mel being like, "Well, with the cigar, you're ready to have a cigar."
Yes.
He's like, "Well, must be an accident," because he's too busy screaming to tell anybody who did it.
But here's why the movie would fall apart, George. He eventually would stop screaming at the hospital and say, "Tell who it was." Right? He can talk.
I assume he died.
Well, they should have told us that. But
Tim,
what?
There is a character who we are told dies that canonically lives in a sequel that I didn't mention up front on purpose.
Okay.
There's a secret mini film which I watched today. I'll talk about that later.
But the funniest thing about the scene is when he's being taken out screaming, Ronnie says, "Well, did he burn his eyes?" And the guy says, "Too soon to tell." Did you catch that?
I do remember that kind of,
And I said, why does Ronnie want to know if he burned his eyes?
Well, I'll tell you one thing from looking at this guy's IMDb page. Yeah, he did. His eyes are like milky white. They're like cooked.
But you know why?
Because he wants to eat his eyes? Oh, this is a list. Man, Tim, are all your lists Ronnie related this week?
Yes. Well,
All right.
you want to know because Artie the cook promised Ronnie that he'd take a look at that odd mole on his butt later. So
That's actually pretty good.
Artie complained that he had a heartburn early, and Ronnie just wondered if it had spread.
What's the third? Let's hear the third. See if you can save him. Start off strong. The second one was a turd.
Artie the cook had promised Ronnie that he would help Ronnie practice for the annual Camp Arawak staring contest.
Well, I think being blind might help.
Might help.
So this cuts into
Too
what
soon
I
to
did
tell.
actually do, Tim. So next scene is the camp owner Mel talking to Robert Earl Jones and the various other goons who all know that this guy's a pedophile, being like, so it's an accident, right? They're like, I don't know how that could have happened by accident. He's like, well, how about I give you a raise, Darth Vader's dad?
Yeah.
Tim, his raise, did you
$50?
catch it?
Was it $50?
$50 a week. Yeah,
Ooh.
play the George's current currency Kerner.
Ka-ching.
George's current currency Kerner. Tim, this movie, I assume this was set in 1983 because
Yeah.
that's the year of its release. Can you tell me, Tim, what $50 in 1983 has the spending power of today?
I'm going to say $200.
Fairly close, $163.05.
Finally, I'm close.
Close.
They were all like,
and then
we can go
for the
see,
other
you
dudes, they threw in an additional raise of $15 a week for people who
Oh.
weren't Darth Vader's dad. Tim, what is the spending power of $15 in 1983 equivalent to today?
It's about 100.
No, $48.19. You were close and you blew it out of the water. Just
They're all
blew
like,
it out of the water.
we can go see Return of the Jedi again a couple times.
Speaking of blowing, this comes up to what is my favorite bit of dialogue in the movie.
Me too. I bet you I know what it is. Go ahead.
It's I don't even know what it's for. I
They're
just
playing
wrote it
baseball.
down.
They're playing baseball.
They're playing baseball,
Yep.
and one of the characters, I think it's Ricky, remarks about another guy. Goes, "This guy blows dead dogs."
Oh, I
and
missed
then
that
the
one.
and then the guy, which I'm like, that's funny. And as I'm writing it down, the next line comes where one of the guys, I don't even know who, says to Ricky, "Eat shit and die, Ricky." And Ricky goes, "Eat shit and live."
I know. I love that line.
I'm like, that's actually pretty good. Because Tim, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
Suppose forces aligned against you, one of your many enemies or nemesis.
Mm-hmm.
Suppose they somehow or another force you to eat human shit.
Okay.
So you are now a person. You've joined an exclusive club of people who've eaten Duke.
With Divine, yeah.
With Divine. No, Divine ate dog shit. You eat human shit.
Human shit.
Human shit. Like a big old steam. Do you want to live after that? Or are you just like, well, that's the end of me? Because I feel like eating shit and dying is the preferred
Yes.
route. If I have to eat shit, yeah, let me die right after.
Yeah, let me die.
That's the end. It's all downhill from there.
Yeah, let me die.
So I think, I think saying "eat shit and live," little Ricky saying that, I think he's got the best line in the movie.
What's that disorder called where people like to do that? Is it name for it?
Coprophagia.
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do.
Ah, yeah, I love that line. I love that line, George.
It's a good
It's
line.
my favorite line too.
Eat shit. And I want to make a shirt that says "eat shit." and
Did
live.
you think that this baseball game was similar to the volleyball game in Top Gun? As far as you saying it's a queer movie, they all had cut off
yes.
shirts and tight shorts
Tim, that just reminds me of the most upsetting behavior I ever saw.
in this movie.
On my flight out to Colorado recently,
Okay.
there was a woman sitting in front of me who this was what she did. First, she watched the new Top Gun Maverick.
Mm-hmm.
Then immediately after, she watched the original Top Gun. Then, when that finished, she watched the first 40 minutes of the first Top Gun again. Then she watched like the first 20 minutes of Top Gun Maverick again.
What? Maybe
She just sat there mainlining fucking Maverick and like Top Gun movies like the whole time.
Maybe she's writing a paper on Top Gun and Tom Cruise.
Maybe maybe she just likes volleyball scenes.
Did she watch the volleyball game a lot? Did she pause on it?
That came up there. You know, she definitely watched it in the first. I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick and never. I'm not likely to. But there was a very equivalent scene. Like I think there was a volleyball thing in that too.
Oh no.
Yeah, there was definitely a scene where like there was a shirtless Miles Teller being all muscly. He plays Goose's kid in that. Did you know that?
I did not know.
I know that from watching a little bit of this over this woman's shoulder. That she just kept watching Top Guns.
You're like me. I get upset with what
If you're
people
listening,
watch.
lady, write to me at SediBimco with an E at the end of gmail.com.
Did she also
Tell
take
me
her
your
shoes
fixation.
off?
Probably. Actually,
She
maybe connected.
Wearing her pajamas?
Wait, if this reminds me, the person apparently, like, my wife was sitting directly behind this person. Either the person behind her, the person in front of her, did fart like 5 times.
Oh, no.
She kept being like, "Oh, it smells again." So I think this lady was probably watching Tom Cruise and like just farting in glee.
From excitement.
She's like, "Oh boy, look at his dreamy smile." Oh.
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do.
Where are we? Yep. Kids playing baseball. Oh, there's a dance.
Yep.
There's a camp dance.
Yep.
And Angela sits there, doesn't say anything to anybody, causes a fight because somebody makes fun of her, and Ricky shows up and tries to beat the shit out of kids.
Yep. But there's Paul.
Are we talking about Kenny or Paul? Kenny, who eventually befriends Angela? Because I wrote down Kenny. Is that what we're talking about?
I thought it was Paul.
It could be. Maybe it's Paul Kenny.
Let me see.
Could be, but I wrote Kenny.
It's Paul.
Maybe
it's
just had
Paul.
Kenny sneakers on.
No, see Tim. One of the things I wanted to say about this, one of the things I fucking love about doing a movie that people have actually heard of, I was able to pull the synopsis off of Wikipedia and use it, and it was actually like A, complete, and B, like actually very like useful.
Yeah,
like we have to piece together the narrative of these fucking movies that nobody's seen since the creators made them like 50 years ago. I hate it. It's so much more work. This was like I had a framework to go on. So this guy Paul, they have like little bits, and she says hi to him and stuff. They're like, "Oh boy."
No, she finally says goodbye to him one night because he's like, "Well,
that's it." She says goodbye.
Go.
Yeah.
It seems like there's two camps. I don't know why counselors are sometimes like, "We got to go." It's
the boy camp and the girl camp is largely kept apart. They said that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Not too far apart. They're always seeing each other.
Yeah, they're seeing each other, but like they bunk in different parts and stuff and things. And then later, as the body count rises, they apparently combine camps, they say. Which is also like, I'm sorry, if even in real life something happens to the chef, like which happened already.
I know.
I'm sorry, camp's canceled. Like that's it. Like, and then what happens next, definitely make sure. So the next thing that happens is
skinny dipping. So the guys go.
No, you forgot the it is the skinny dip, right?
Yeah, because the guys are like, "Come on, girls." Like, I don't know. You're up to something, making me take my clothes off. I'm suspicious.
Yeah, they all going to swim in the lake. So this is when we see like the 10 boys take off their pants, and we see all their little butts as they run into the water. And the girls are just watching. Then 2 guys come who are, I guess, supposed to be super high.
Yes.
Yeah. And this is Kenny.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And a guy and a girl go canoeing.
Yep.
And he messes around, and he messes around and they fall in the water. And he's all like, "Look out for water snakes. Watch out for that water snake."
And she's like, "You're an asshole. I'm going in." And he's hiding underneath the canoe with it submerged above his head
for some reason.
And a figure pops up, and he goes, "You? What are you doing here?"
It's like a Scooby-Doo cartoon.
And then we don't see this figure as the figure holds him underwater. His friend back on the shore is like, "You guys see where Kenny went?" And then we're like, "Who cares? He's being an asshole." So they just kind of forget about him. The next morning,
so Kenny died.
Kenny's just fucking dead with like water snakes crawling out of his face.
But isn't Kenny in South Park the one that dies?
Yeah, but he always comes back.
Yeah. Well, that was a good special effect.
You killed Kenny. Yeah, it was.
He's found on the shore, and a snake comes out. I was wondering if that was a good photograph, and they put a snake there because it didn't move.
I assumed it was a rubber head, but yeah, it was good.
Because all the dead body special effects were good in this movie. The guy's burned face,
Yep. I thought the special effects were quite good in this movie.
Except for
all
one.
Things considered.
That's when I'll get to it. Even my wife is like, "Oh, that good special effects." But okay.
Sometimes they just get away from them in that day and age. So here's the second death. A person drowns. Now, again, in real life, a camp would close down.
Yes.
Now, Mel, the owner of the camp, he goes into full-blown I'm the mayor from Jaws at this point. He's like, "We're not going to tell anybody there was a drowning at the lake. We're definitely not going to tell them it was a shark."
Well, the cop is there, and he's like, "Did he drowned, right?" And the cop's like, "Well, it's too soon to tell."
Yep. Just like the guy's eyes.
It's too soon to tell.
Did you notice the cop had a mustache at this point?
I didn't. I must be that I didn't notice he really had one because it would have stuck out.
And according to IMDb, he shaved it too soon, and they realized he still had a scene to do, and that explains the abysmal effect later. So the cop who has a mustache that is actually made of human hair at this point, he's like, "Yep." And then
Just
Mike.
one
That's
cop, too.
Kenny's friend.
No
the
press.
one who was.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, there's only ever one cop in this movie. Mike is the friend of Kenny, the one who survived. He doesn't seem too torn up that his friend has died.
No, nobody does. Nobody does. They just go back to summer camp activities.
Yeah. Let's see.
Well, I have my notes here. We go back to the boys' cabin, and Ricky is doing this weird thing where he has a blindfold over Mozart, the kid Mozart. They all seem
Oh, wow,
to
we're going to talk about Mozart? I was just going to cut him out.
Oh, no, Mozart. They all hate Mozart. He's another suspect because he has a knife, remember?
Oh, you're right. He has the knife that's used in this next scene, as a matter of fact.
But no, it's later. But in this scene, they cover his eyes. And I forget what Ricky's saying. He's saying something about mind over matter. And when he pulls the blindfold off, he sits up real quick and his face goes into another kid's bare butt. That's the joke. Like, ha ha.
Yep.
Your face went into a butt. But they seem to hate Mozart. But I know why. I know why they hate Mozart, George.
Why list him?
Mozart's not his real name. Why do they call that kid Mozart to taunt him? That's my question.
Okay, because his real name is Salieri.
Good one. That's number one.
Thank you.
Number two, he's always playing with his magic flute. In the bathroom, he's always
kind of knock music, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. In the bathroom, he's always working on his symphony number toot.
Oh, Tim. Right.
And most kids at Camp Arroway wish he had been tossed into an unmarked grave about 200 years ago. So,
wow, that was one of our. You really had to there was some. That was a little bit highbrow for
research people.
Now I'm going to come back and say, Tim, they do see the knife because the next scene we see is a bunch of kids are going down to the lake, and Mike, who is the friend of Kenny, who doesn't really care his friend died, he's like, "You guys go up. I have to go take a wicked shit."
That's right.
And he goes and takes a shit. And then we see the thinnest little stick ever close and lock the door on the outside.
With a broom handle.
Then we see outside, he's sitting there. We just see his little ankles around the toilet.
George, he's reading a comic book. I couldn't see what it was. But it was a comic book. They wrinkled it up too much. It was 1983. Okay. It was either Secret Wars, maybe Frank Miller's Daredevil. I don't know. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Is that too soon?
Maybe. Could have been all those things.
I don't know. It was a comic book. Probably Artie.
Okay. Probably John Byrne.
Yes.
But then we see a hand at the screen, and it's got the same knife as Mozart.
Oh, I see. I didn't catch that.
And it cuts open a flap, and then a stick comes through holding a, I learned on IMDb, it's actually a hornet's nest.
Okay.
And they were saying, this is a goof because bees come out, and bees don't live in hornet nests. I'm like, again, you fucking nerd. You fucking nerd.
And nothing came out when you first see it.
Nothing comes out ever, really. You hear bee noises. And even though we see clearly from the way this is shot, there's got to be it's like a bamboo reed holding the door shut.
Yes.
There's got, even beyond that, it's got to be about 2 feet of just bare space at the bottom of this toilet stall. It's not like he's locked in a closet that goes top to bottom.
No one wants to touch the bottom of the floor.
No one wants to touch the bottom, but they also don't want to become a bee face. That's what happens to this guy. He gets stung to death.
Which you have to be allergic to, I think. I don't know.
I think if you had that many bees stinging on your face, you'd die even if you're allergic.
It's a weird.
I did read that they put some sort of they actually did put some sort of thing on an actor's face that made bees land on his face.
No wonder it looks so good.
Yeah, it looked good when you actually see it because there's no bees coming. So he dies too. So now there's 2 people, and Mel's beginning to be like, I think someone is killing people to make me look bad. It's like, Mel, that's your reaction?
I know. Mel has got something wrong with him.
What's wrong with that? Well, because then, Mel, later on is trying to date Meg, the camp counselor. And he's 50, or older. Well, actually, it's the 70s. He's probably only 25.
She's 22 at the most.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You think he was 25? He looked like that. He looks 70s, like he's 50. Tim.
People look like hot bags of shit back then. Let's see. I'm going to read from the Wikipedia. Tensions rise as Angela and Paul's relationship becomes strained because she's very, she's got a lot of emotional scarring from her whole family being killed. Mm-hmm. He kisses her, and we see a flashback where she actually, we get a little bit of the hint, and this is a nice bit of misdirection. She's being kissed, and then she sees her dad kissing his boyfriend, Lenny. Mm-hmm. I guess this is before she knows about it. And then later on, we see a scene where Angela and, let me go up and see what the brother's name is.
Paul
and Peter are sitting there, and like it's weird. It's like an implied incest. Did you catch that? After they're kissing, then they're sitting there in bed together, like they're little kids.
Oh,
and
yes,
like
yes.
Peter's got his shirt off, and he's like pointing at her and like touching, and it's like, ugh. So they'll be like, okay, so she's like, if you're watching this and you don't know the big twist coming, you're like, oh, I get it. Like she associates sex with like bad stuff because she like not only was her family killed, but like she probably in not knowing what she was really doing yet had a weird little thing with her brother when they were little because they saw their dad and his quote unquote friend doing it and blah blah blah.
It's all very vague.
So it's vague, but you're filling it out. So she leaves and like and Paul's all like, I'm mad. And at the same time, that's when
because they were making out on the beach, and she's like, no more, runs away.
No more, and she runs off. And Judy's like, I don't know why you're making out with her. She's a carpenter's dream. Flat as a board and needs a good screw. Jeez. That's a direct line.
So he kisses her. I forget if it's here or later, but it's later.
Well,
sorry.
Basically, for the next few scenes, you see like Judy is now she's decided because she hates
Angela
so much, she's going to like make Paul fall in love with her.
Yep.
So eventually they do kiss, and at some point, I guess I missed it. Paul says that Paul remarks to her that Angela's a prude because that comes up later, and
he's sorry about it. He's just a toy.
Angela finds them kissing. He tries to explain. She says, "You called him a prude and stuff." Like Judy's been like noticing. She's like, "You never shower with us. I don't think you have any hair down there." Yeah. And eventually, she and the counselor Meg, they actually carry Angela to the pier and like throw her off into the water.
And Ricky's trying to help her, but Mel's holding on to him, going, "You're killing people here, aren't you?" It's like,
Mel, Mel, the owner, the old man, or maybe the 25-year-old, hard to tell. It's the 70s. Like, he's like, Ricky's trying to protect his cousin. And you can see it, and like, he gets into some language here, says some bad word. He actually got the act. This is a true story, Tim. He got the part because when they had people read for these roles, the director's like, curse me out.
Oh, okay.
And like, this kid was the best. This
kid did it.
Yeah, the kid cursed out the director. That's how he got the part.
He was pretty good at cursing
Ricky's
people
like,
out.
"You cocksucker!" He says a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
At one point, Judy, who doesn't like Angela to be mean, she says to Angela, "I don't like kissing Paul anyway. His kisses are too wet." Just to make the point that he kisses. That she's kissed Paul.
I didn't catch that part. But that's
you
good.
Didn't?
See?
Because I made a list. I know why his kisses are too wet.
Tim,
you didn't make any.
I know how many lists are. You didn't know that though. How many lists are going to be today?
This is it.
Okay, thank God. All right, I'm going to take a little nap. You wake up, it's over. Right.
No, you're going to be laughing. Okay. Well, his older brother always told him he needed to make girls wet. So
you've already used a variation of the joke already today, Tim. I don't like you to mention that twice in one day.
He made sure his mouth was very wet because the first time he kissed a girl, his mouth was so dry she saw a mirage. Yeah.
So corny.
Judy was wearing the unfortunate perfume called Chanel Cocoa Puffs. Or oh, sorry, it was scent of SpaghettiOs.
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do.
I couldn't decide which was better.
When did you write this, and why did you not review it before we began
Last
recording?
night. I couldn't decide. I think scent of SpaghettiOs is better.
Why not make a joke like it was you owed a toilet, but he got confused and drank real toilet water?
Yeah, okay. So Mel, by the way, Mel is looking for that young girl who's going to go on a date for him, but we saw that's another death you missed. Meg.
No, we don't get up to her death yet.
Oh, okay.
Meg is just throwing Angela in the water.
Okay.
So let's see. Paul and Angela are in fights because he kissed Judy. Meg threw Angela in the water with Judy. Mel stops Ricky from helping. Ronnie, your buddy, he actually steps in because he's the only good person.
Yes, he is.
And so while and then Ricky runs in the water and is helping Angela, and like just some little shitty kids are throwing sand at her, which is kind of funny and pays off later weirdly. And Ricky's like, I'm going to get them. We'll get them all back. We'll get everybody. Looks right at the camera, winks, wink. And then after dinner, Meg is supposed to have dinner. Meg like comes on to Mel, who's like got to be old enough to be her grandfather. She's like, remember when you hired me, you said like you would take me to dinner? He's like, I did. She's like, yeah, how about we have some dinner? He's like, whoa. His little hat flies in the air and lands back in his head.
Well, where is he taking her to dinner too? Where?
That's a good question, too.
some
the other cabin,
hot dogs and s'mores.
So Meg is like going to like shower, but like somebody's in the shower already, and she asks Judy, who's like a kid but like her friend, she's like, is the shower still in the other cabins? And Judy's like, yes, it is. So Meg goes there. In any other movie, this would have been a boob scene, but this is not that movie.
Yep.
We see like 90 butts, male butts, but no boobs.
I
we
turned
see
to
her
my
showering.
wife. I said, "Where's the boobs? Come on."
Where's the boobs? And she just crossed her arms over
Yes.
her chest and silently walked out of the room.
She said, "No more wet jokes."
So we do see Meg from like neck up showering, and she's leaning against the back of the shower, which
Nobody does.
no, you never touch the wall when you shower.
Not
Even
in
in my
that
own
place.
bathroom. No. Like at home, I never touch the wall when I shower. You just don't do it. It's cold and wet and weird. But she's leaning up against it, and a knife comes right through.
Yep.
And we see her. She gets stabbed and sliced down the whole back.
Oof. Yeah.
Pretty gruesome.
Which reminds
So
me,
she's
George.
dead. Yep.
Since I'm the only one that went to camp, I can't believe this. Walking home from swimming at summer camp that I went to, I stepped on a snake, bare feet.
Was it alive?
Yep. And then everybody looked at my ankle and like, what are these two little marks? Oh my God, did it bite you? So I had to go to it didn't bite me. I had to go to the cabin, the first aid, just because they had to look at it. And the funniest thing that happened was
And they're like, these are vampire bites.
yes, these are vampires. It's a vampire snake. In the room next to me, I heard this kid, and I'm so young, I'm still like, this kid's full of bullshit. I don't know what happened. And they're like, yeah, a nail went through my tongue. I was climbing up. I was trying to climb up a window, and I stuck my tongue out, and I fell, and there was a nail, and it went through my tongue.
What?
That was the story. I always remember the story because as a kid, I was like, this is a lot of bullshit. I don't know what was going on. How'd you get a nail in your tongue?
What really happened? Yeah. How would
I don't know what happened.
How would you even be talking using your tongue if a nail
He
went through it?
he probably scraped it.
Do you think this kid was tongue Jesus?
I don't know. He just scraped it. Anyway.
Nail. Wait, why? Okay, kid. Let's go back. Let's analyze this. Kid. Why you
He was
climb out the
looking through a window at
I'm
something.
immediately thinking the Animal House, right? Like he's looking at like the girls' cabin. Why are you sticking your tongue out? Yeah.
There were no girls. It was just boys.
Being rude?
Go.
You being rude? Do you think that's the way to talk to? In Sleepaway Camp 2, there's a scene where the serial killer, the first kill, cuts off a kid's tongue.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Really?
I watched a little documentary on it today because I got really into this movie.
Yeah, I have to expect. Today I'm thinking, I bet you George is going to be picking summer Sleepaway Camp 2.
You'll see the movie. I got a good one. I got a good one. It's the next one.
All right.
So
where are
we? This is actually the camp social, apparently, not your first dance. Paul apologizes to Angela, and she's like,
He's begging her.
Why don't you meet me by the water later? And she seems a little bit more self-assured, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Mel discovers Meg's body laying like down on the ground with like her back cut open. You don't see anything though. Sorry, Kevin Cablasto, occasional.
Oh, in the
co-host.
shower, she falls out. Like, I don't know why. She's been stuck to the wall the whole time. And he walks in.
I guess. And he's like, oh.
No, he has a whole little soliloquy. Like, Ricky did this just to hurt me.
Again, these murders are being done somehow just to hurt him. Meanwhile, there's little kids at this camp too, like little kids.
Right.
And camp counselor Eddie, who's the other nice guy, he's there with them. And like you see Eddie being woken up, and when the boy's like, I want to go back.
Well, you got to explain. They're camping in cabins, and he has to take them out the woods to camp more. I was like, why? Why do you have to go camp more?
I don't know. I assume that's something you do at summer camp.
No.
So yeah, like they're all in cabins, but they're like actually in the tent. He takes these little kids in like sleeping bags, and one of them really wants to go back home. So in the interest of being a good camp counselor, he takes this kid back. We'll come back to this later.
And all the kids are
coincidentally,
like,
I'm just going to say the 4 kids who ran behind are the same shitty kids who threw sand on Angela at the beach. Just put that in your database for now.
And one has an axe, and he's like, stop playing with that. It's not a toy.
I don't remember that part.
Yeah, just to show you that one of the kids has an axe.
Okay, so then we see Judy, and Judy she seems to be falling asleep, but she definitely has her hair curling iron plugged in.
Man.
This is important. And someone comes in.
And of course she says, what do you want?
And we see whoever this person is holds a pillow over her face, and then through use of shadows and stuff. punches her first? I don't remember that.
To knock her out a bit.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. So, and she's like slowly suffocating with the pillow. But we see this person hold up the broiling hot hair curling iron and move towards her
body.
Apparently vaginally penetrates her with the hot curling iron, and between that
sound effect.
Sizzling sound effect, smothers her at the same time. We see her hands up just like the guy who got burnt in the beginning. And then the person just drops her underneath the bed.
Yeah.
Tim, this is amazing.
What?
There's a sequel movie that was filmed in 2014 that's called Judy.
Oh,
and it's played by the same actor. It's about what happens to Judy afterwards.
Oh, no. She lived?
She lives.
A short movie?
It's a short movie. You can watch it on YouTube called Judy.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, I watched it. I'll tell you about it later.
Okay.
All right. So now Mel, who has decided this is all being... Oh, let's cut back to Nice Guy Eddie. Nice Guy Eddie, he comes back to find the 4 kids in the woods. Took me a while to figure what was happening. Yeah, because all we see are chopped up, like bloody sleeping bags with the axe. Mm-hmm. Somebody has fucking murdered all 4 of those little kids. Yes. He's like, oh! It's brutal. Again. Like, okay, it's not all about him, not like the way Mel's making, but like poor Eddie. Yeah. All he was doing was his job. Watch if these little kids.
And poor Ronnie.
One of them scared, takes it back, and they get fucking axe murdered. How is he ever recovering from this?
Yeah, the murders are happening everywhere now. Yeah.
And Mel, instead of going to like the one cop in town with his suspect mustache, he actually finds Ricky and like beats him to death.
Yeah. He just blames him, starts beating on him.
Just beats him you assume to death because like they do that thing where like you don't see him hitting him, where you just see he's punching the ground, you hear wet splashy noises.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he runs through the woods, and then he stops right in the archery range, and he goes, "You? No, can't be you.
It can't be you."
And then an arrow in the throat.
Pretty good special effect.
Yeah, I was surprised.
I don't know how they did it, honestly. Like it looked like there was like a spring act. Maybe they cut the film because it's a close up of this guy's face. Don't see he's got an arrow stuck in his throat. I'm like, whoa, shit.
And I took archery too.
He definitely recognizes the killer, though. Like now you're like, but wait a second. He literally just beat Ricky to death. So it's not Ricky. What's going on?
And I think we're up to the scene where all the kids are like, oh, they get the police. They look in here. I can't believe it because he's going into Judy's cabin. Mm-hmm. This is when the policeman comes out and there's a close up of him and he's got the greased mustache.
Yeah,
that's when my wife said, "What was all the good special effects with the killings?" And he's got a greased mustache, and he just looks around. He's like, not he's
the actor.
Stunned.
It's it looks like it's just grease paint, but there is something on it. It looks like grease paint with a piece of tape on it to give it. It's so bad. It's unbelievable. But this is the same actor who was in the earlier scene where the pedo guy gets burnt. Yeah. And he did have a mustache then. So apparently this actor shaved his mustache earlier. They're like, wait a second, guy.
They stole it from Groucho Marx's grave.
They finally call in a cop. There's, 5-6 murders that they know at this point? There's more happening there because they already knew about Meg, but they discover Judy while she's there. Mm-hmm. They discover Ricky beaten to death in the woods.
But he's alive.
They find dead Mel. He's alive, as it turns out. They find 4 dead little kids. There's only one cop there.
Yeah.
And they're running from cabin to cabin, discovering all these horrors. And during this thing, Angela's like to Paul, she's like, hey, want to go swimming?
Yes.
He's like, you're thinking about that now? She's like, yeah.
And let's take off our clothes. He's like, yeah.
He's like, oh boy. And he starts stripping down, and then we cut away.
And this is Ronnie. That's why Ronnie finds them, right? Ronnie and a girl.
It's Ronnie, Angelo, and Susie.
Yes.
Not Eddie, because Eddie's having a nervous breakdown. Susie is the one, we didn't mention, Susie is the one who slapped Judy when she said something really terrible. Like this movie is weird in that there are good counselors. There are normally in these movies they make them all bad. There's people who are good.
Yeah, Ronnie, he's a good guy.
They come up and they're looking for there's only like 2 kids left in this camp who aren't dead or beaten into comas. And that is Angela and Paul. And they see Angela sitting there. She seems to be at least topless from behind, and she's like humming. And it looks like you see a close up. She's like rubbing like Paul's head in her lap, like she's stroking his hair and stuff. And then Angela stands up, and you just see the shock and horror on Ronnie and Angela and Susie's faces, and like, oh my God. What's the actual line? Did you write it down? I didn't.
I think he just says he's a boy. It doesn't say anything.
He's a boy. Now, this scene, when I first saw this, which I did not see as a kid.
Oh, that's good.
I was definitely an adult when I saw this, but this scene freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah, it's what weird scene.
Because the actor who plays Angela
is a girl.
And like she opens her mouth so wide in this weird smile.
Right.
And she's doing this like weird. Can you actually play some of the sound?
She's a boy.
It freaked me out. I remember being like, I was probably like high in like college or something, like, oh. And then she's standing there, full frontal nudity. She's a man holding the severed head of Paul.
Yeah, and it ends that way. Freeze
Cablasto,
frame.
you get freeze frame on her head as she's just hissing and stuff. But we do, before we have the freeze frame, we do have a flashback where it's revealed that we see her in a weird, almost dreamlike space with Aunt Martha. And Aunt Martha is like, well, it's horrible what happened to your family, but I already have a boy, meaning Ricky.
Yeah.
So I need to have a girl. So this whole thing, she forced Peter to be his dead sister.
Right.
And apparently this is like part of, and everything else going on in this person's life. This is what made Angela go cuckoo bananas.
So where's the other child that lived on that boating accident at the beginning? Is that Ricky?
It's Peter. So wait, Tim, do you understand this movie?
Who's in the
Peter boating accident at the beginning? Angela died, and the father died.
Yes.
The boy Peter lived, but Peter was made to live out his life as Angela, including pretending to be a girl.
Okay, but Ricky
is the cousin.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Or perhaps, if Jason Mantzoukas is correct, the brother as well. Who knows?
But yes, a queer movie, but yet again, like all these movies, not a good portrayal of queerness in some ways, because they never really explain. I mean, people are mean to her, but they don't really explain why she's killing people just because she was made to live as a boy. I mean, as a girl.
No, but there's also the trauma of coming back to the same camp that stupid camp counselors killed your family at. And
they should have done flashbacks of that with the water. That would have been a little more clear.
No, and like, it's so this movie does have a complicated history because people are like, oh, so it's like a trans killer, but it's not like, so what I was reading, like from I think her name is Calpurnia Jones or something. She is a trans writer, and she's like, so this isn't really a trans story. This is a person who is like, this is a forced transition. This wasn't like like Peter's like, I'm really Angela. This is like Peter was made to be Angela. So this is a stolen identity as opposed to like discovering your true self thing.
Right.
But, yep. But if you want to, like this last scene, if you've seen anything in this movie, you've probably seen that.
Probably.
And the hissing is scary. The weird face she makes, very scary.
It is.
And the way they did it, did you read how they did the special effect?
No.
They hired some kid, like some college kid, to be the nude. It is funny, obviously a good deal more muscular and broader shouldered than the actor playing Angela.
It's a very dark scene, so I know they did something.
It's dark, and they made a mask of her.
Oh,
and so he's wearing a mask of her face, and she's matching. So it keeps alternating between the close-ups of her face, frozen in this horrible rictus grin, as she's like hissing and making those weird noises.
Gotcha.
Cutting to like full body shots of the actor wearing this mask, and it's pretty successful.
Yeah.
And kind of scary.
Now we have the part of the show where Tim and George talk about how this movie is like Star Wars and Labyrinth.
It's very quick this week. How's this movie like Star Wars? Well,
James Earl Jones.
If you ever took C-3PO's codpiece off, you would see that he has a penis and he's actually a dude. So that's it.
All right. And I like to compare this to 1986's Labyrinth. In 1986's Labyrinth, you get a good up-close and personal view many times of David Bowie's penis.
Right? He's wearing
this movie.
Penises. Same shorts that Ronnie wore. Nicest guy at camp, but why? Why those shorts?
Because he's the nicest guy at camp. He's got nothing to hide.
He must have been a Chippendales dancer. He could have been.
Everybody, the guys are all dressed like they're all dressed like strippers in this movie.
Wherever you're hiding, I'll find you. I'll get you. It's a revenge. I'll get you. You want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
Well, first, I'm going to go first because first I actually want to tell you about the actual movie Judy.
Okay.
So in 2014, I guess it's a bit of a fan movie. Somebody made a movie called Judy, and Judy, it's about the character of Judy from this movie grown up.
With the
Turns
same
out
actress.
She survives. Same actor. Yep. And it starts off in a courthouse. Well, first we see a sleazy guy giving his phone number to someone at a courthouse. Be like, call me later. And then we cut to like footage of this guy. It was a divorce proceeding or like a child custody case. So a sleazy guy who is abusive, basically, he has been lying about how much money he makes. So as he's getting divorced from his wife, he says he doesn't make any money, so he can't afford to pay child support. And his wife is stuck raising their kid, Jack Jr. by herself, and the kid needs money and has asthma and stuff. And he's like, I'm not paying nothing. And they cut to him at home celebrating with his new wife. And they're like, boy, we need that money for our vacation to Bermuda. Like, it's so funny. And the wife's like, yeah, I saw the kid at school. He had to wear shitty clothes. Other kids are making fun of him. They're laughing at his son being poor and stuff. And then the woman's daughter from her previous marriage walks in to get some water. He's like, hey, did you ask me if you could get water? And she's like, what? No. He's like, you have to listen to me. I'm your dad. She goes, you're not my dad. This isn't your house. This was my dad's house. And he's like, fuck you and stuff. And so turns out, so it's like there's the worst people in the world.
Okay.
And then suddenly this woman walks in the room and knocks them both unconscious. And they wake up tied to a chair. And it's Judy. And Judy's like, when I was a kid, I was at a summer camp and I lost my ability to have children. But now I make sure people like you who do terrible things. And it turns out that this guy, not only is he just a creep, he's also like, he's been abusing like the daughter that we saw in the opening scene.
Okay.
So then they get horrendously murdered by Judy, who apparently grows up to be her own version of Angela doing stuff. She puts a turkey baster through the new wife's head and squirts juice out of it.
Is it metal?
No,
usually
it's
plastic.
hilarious. It's plastic and it shoots out. Yeah. And then she takes a tenderizing hammer and smashes the guy in the nuts, and it makes a splashing noise and water pours out.
Does he say
She
Judy?
cuts off someone's ear. She say what?
Does he say Judy, Judy, Judy? Anyway, never
What
mind.
is that a reference to?
It's Cary Grant in the movie.
Explain. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cary Grant references go really well. Yeah.
For the movie he was in the 30s. So you saw it.
Yeah. I remember it well. I was only 78 when it came out. Yeah, and so it turns out Judy was the counselor. It's this whole thing, so it's really funny. So Judy lives.
Don't spoil it.
That's the sequel for that, but I'm going to tell you my sequel.
Oh, God.
Because I'm like, okay, I looked at the characters that survived. The person who I felt like was really wronged in this movie
Ricky.
was Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Like the guy who like gets the fucking kids murder him, the little kids.
Yep.
He loses these 4 kids. Like that is. Oh, are you playing the music?
Yeah. Whoop, there,
All right,
there
okay,
it goes.
There goes. Damn, Tim. Now I have to talk extra. So he's this camp counselor. It's all he'd ever wanted to be. And like 4 of his kids get murdered with an axe. And like you better believe he saw all those bits. He's just rough. He doesn't know what to do. He like, he's not even there for most of the closing scenes. He doesn't have like the close. He doesn't even have like the sense of closure at seeing Angela's little Peter. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Tim?
I know.
So he just like he kind of goes, he goes out. I'll say he goes off the deep end for a little while. It's hard.
Does he go to the funerals?
He does go to the funerals, and like they're rough, as you can imagine. Like they didn't have enough coffins, like small coffins, so they were putting the kids in like shoe boxes because they're all chopped up anyway. It's rough, and so he spends a few years just drinking, like hard living, and he gets back together, and he's like, the only thing I ever really loved was working with children.
Mm-hmm.
So he moves to New Jersey. He gets another job as a counselor.
Oh no!
And while he's there, there's this girl Claudette, and she's got a boyfriend actually. This guy like Barry. But she's really nice to Eddie, and they're talking, and he's talking about the stuff that he's going through. And like she kind of reached out and she's hugging him. And this is a camp for like kids with special needs.
Oh.
And like while like they're like kind of talking and he's unburdening about like what these horrible things that happened, him and Claudette, it almost looks like they're kissing, but they're not. But what happens is that this one little boy who had like this weird lumpy head, they were supposed to be watching him, he fucking drowns.
Oh no.
Drowns in Camp Crystal Lake.
Yeah,
that boy was Jason.
I figured.
Yeah. So this this to Eddie. So Eddie's like, oh my God. And like, there's a whole big thing. And like, there's an inquest and stuff, and he just skips town. He can't be part of this. He hears later through the grapevine that maybe Claudette and her boyfriend Barry get murdered by like Jason's mom or something, but he doesn't know about that. He moves to Springwood, Ohio, Tim.
Yeah.
And he gets a job. He doesn't feel like he could be, he still likes working with kids, but he can't be in charge of anymore. Every time he does, someone dies, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he gets a job working at an elementary school as a janitor.
Oh, does Bart go to this school?
Does who?
Bart? The school in Ohio?
No, there's no okay. Scottish groundskeeper. There is a German descended guy who works there. Yeah. Turns out this guy is some sort of child molester or something. He doesn't know it. Like, this isn't like a sort of situation like at Camp Arawak. You know, Eddie just keeps his head down, does his work, and one day he's at the school, and all these parents come looking for him, like, we're coming here to burn Freddy. And he goes, I'm not Freddy. It doesn't matter. They set him on fire and burn him alive. They realize, like, oh shit, this is Eddie, and they kind of stamp him out, but he's been horribly burnt.
Yes,
they find Freddy, they burn him to death. So he goes and he has major plastic surgery. Mm-hmm. This is a little gross, Tim. There was so much damage that he no longer had any external genitalia, so they just give him gender reassignment surgery.
Oh, against his will?
Well, they give him the choice.
Okay.
They're like, look, you got nothing to work with the outside, but we can make something that works on the inside, if you know what I'm saying. He's like, sure.
This is one of those states.
Sure.
Trans for everyone. Come on.
It's funny you mention that, because the state he's in now, he moves to California. Okay. And he becomes Shelley Long, and he goes to Troop Beverly Hills.
Jesus.
Yep, because he's feeling like this new start, I could work with kids again. Unfortunately, they're in a bus on a field trip. The cliff plummets off the bus, plummets off a cliff. Everyone dies except for him. So then he just goes and he moves to Boston, and he gets a job working as a waitress for a few years until he's replaced by Rebecca Howe.
Okay.
The end.
Jesus.
Poor Eddie.
No Benny. No Uncle Ben. That's good.
Oh, and then his Uncle Ben gets shot, and he becomes Spider-Man.
Did you make that up on the spot?
No.
Okay.
Why, did it sound like I did?
Oh, no.
There's notes.
No.
Damning criticism from my co-host, Tim Hamilton. Did you just shit that out right now? All right, Tim, let's hear your weird list that has nothing to do with this. All right, let's go. Start your music.
My revenge story.
Your revenge story.
Well, we know there's sequels to this movie already, so I'm going to concentrate on the TV show spinoff.
Oh, I forgot about the TV show spinoff.
Ricky.
It was called Family Matters, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Matters Family. Ricky, he lived.
Yay, Ricky.
He wants revenge.
Oh, Ricky did live, yeah. Ricky was the cousin, in case everyone's forgetting.
Now, Mel, he smoked cigars all the time, and he got
Mel's dead, though.
Arrow through the throat, but his throat was all eaten away by cigar smoke and
arrows.
And arrows. And he lived. He had surgery. The next day, he had his 5th throat transplant. He had so many throat transplants.
Did he get one from Dick Cheney?
Yes.
Wow.
And he went on the run. He just started working.
Have the runs?
No. He started working at different camps all over the country. And Ricky knew this. And Ricky, in the TV show, Ricky every week goes to a different camp to try to find Mel and get revenge on him for beating the crap out of him. So each week, Ricky goes to a different camp looking for him. So like one week, he goes to a summer Shakespeare camp called Sleepaway and Perchance to Dream Camp. Then he goes to a cleaning camp called Sweepaway Camp.
Oh.
Then another week, he goes to a Bill Cosby themed camp called Sleep Far Away from Bill Cosby Camp. Then he goes to a shepherd training camp called Sheepaway Camp. And then one week he goes to a boating camp called Sailaway Camp.
Okay.
Then he goes to a leprosy camp one week called Keepaway Camp. And then he goes to a
Tim, how long is this going for?
Hey, come on. This is short compared to yours. Then he goes to a Devil Wears Prada camp called Meryl Streepaway Camp. Then he goes to a tea-making camp called Steepaway Camp.
Oh.
Then he goes to a Bible camp called Don't Sleep with the Male the Way You Sleep with a Woman Away Camp.
Okay.
Then he goes to a George Harrison themed camp called Something in the Way She Moves Camp. And then he finds a Jeff Goldblum camp called Life Finds a Way Camp. But Ricky finally catches up to Mel at a camp for people who are haunted by their past. That's what the camp is all for.
Okay.
It's called Sleep No Way Camp because everyone there screams in their sleep all night, haunted by their evil past. And Ricky confronts Mel and finds that Mel, every night, he dreams of Artie, that horribly burned and disfigured cook. In Mel's dreams, Artie comes back to him with his scarred face and his cooking knives strapped to his fingers, and he's always trying to kill him.
Oh, just like Leatherface.
Yes. And Ricky feels this is punishment enough and leaves him to his fate. That's how the series ends.
It's a good end. What's the series called?
I forgot that.
Sleepaway Camps.
Highway. Lost Highway. Lost Highway. I don't know. I didn't come up with a name.
Good one.
That's it. That's it this week. That's it. You've been entertained again by Seti Bimco for an hour.
Free.
And at least 10 minutes.
Yeah, we'll cut some of this stuff out.
I cut so much of this out.
Tim, did we get any mail this week?
Oh, when you ask, I'm always nervous.
I know you should be, but I didn't do anything this time.
Nope. I see nothing.
Nope.
Nothing in the mailbag.
I was hoping the Australians people would write us.
Yeah, I was hoping.
I'm going to return the DVD I bought. So, Tim, it's my turn to choose, right?
It is.
Now, I know you're expecting me to choose Sleepaway Camp 2.
You're going to choose Sleepaway Camp 3.
No, I'm not going to do either of those. Instead, what I'm choosing, I am choosing a sequel, though. So, this is what you should know. When I watched this movie the other day, as often happens, I had a...
Not fair.
Yeah.
Oh, is it Top Gun Part 2?
No. As I was watching this movie that we just did, Sleepaway Camp, I was watching it, and as often happens, I had a cat asleep on me. So when it was done, I didn't get up to turn off the computer.
Okay.
And then a new movie played, and because my computer knows the sort of trash I watch, I started watching Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf.
Howling 2.
Now,
Howling 2, Your Sister is a Werewolf? I think I saw Howling 2 when I was young.
We've watched Howling 3, The Marsupials on this very program back when John Kelly was a member of the cast. You've probably seen Howling 1.
I have.
And so having seen Howling 1 and Howling 3, I'm like, wow, it's a pretty bad drop-off between the two. Howling 1 is not a great film, but it's a film that got an actual theatrical release and stuff. So Howling 2 is a pretty sharp drop-off of that.
Okay.
Does have Christopher Lee.
Oh.
Yeah. Stunned to see him in this thing.
Dude, I don't know. What year? What year is this?
That's a good question. Let me see.
1985.
Ooh. It seems like it should be the third movie in the series. It's like that level of drop-off.
A lot of werewolves, because then there was 85 was also what was the Stephen King one?
Cycle the Werewolf.
No, Silver Bullet.
No, Silver Bullet. The book was Cycle the Werewolf.
So
you ever see the book?
See the book?
Illustrations by Bernie Wrightson.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good book.
He did some in this edition of the
Stand.
Because
he also did some for Creepshow, the comic book.
He used to come to a comic show I was a guest at Ithacon, and he would be there a lot. He was a fun guy.
Was he a big fan of you?
No.
Wasn't he the one that once told you after an Ithacon that you had been a guest on Jeopardy?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
No, he was great to talk to, and he was like, "Yeah, I used to do those Stephen King books, and I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know what happened."
Guess he hates me.
Yep, that's what he said. And then
I don't think he had anything to do with Howling 2, Your Sister's a Werewolf, but we sure will next week.
We sure will.
Tim?
Oof.
Yep.
This was an amazing episode. I'm glad you stopped by to be
ever.
entertained by us. Tell your mom. To tell a friend.
Tell your mom.
All right.
Tell your mom. She was very entertaining. Let the record show I waggled my eyebrows at that.
So disappointed you didn't go to summer camp. I thought there'd be another summer camp tale.
Sorry, Tim.
All right. I made weapons. I made my bow. I made a sling.
Is that what you used to kill that person that they found in Coney Island?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Hit someone 50 feet away with a stone in my sling. All right. Everybody, enjoy your week. Go your own way.
Rhiannon.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
This has been a Pity Party Line production.
Party line, it's a party line.
No, I'm afraid that wouldn't do. Come, children, let's be on our way.